So I'm actually out and about in Atlanta and I'm enjoying myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful time out here. But it's really just allowing me to take some time to think. So one of the major things that's going on is the trade that freed Britney Griner, and she was traded for the Merchant of Death, Victor Bout. And when I first saw that, I was like, that's a horrible trade. Like, I'm happy that she's free. I can appreciate the fact of her being free. But at the same time, to release a WNBA player for someone whose name is the Merchant of Death, the Merchant of Death, it just doesn't seem kind of fair. But then some things have kind of came about that made me change my tune on that. Because I don't think the United States, under any circumstances, will place themselves in a position to say, hey, I'm going to lose this trade. If I'm going to make this trade, it's going to be something that I gain for it. So for most people, everyone considers this to be lopsided. But when you go back to when Russia first completely invaded Ukraine, the United Nations imposed a lot of sanctions on Russia. One of those sanctions is really hard to find anywhere, but it imposed a sanction that took somewhere between like either $6 billion or $6 trillion in reserve from Russia. Now, those sanctions were primarily lobbied by and sanctioned by the United States of America and the United Nations. But it's sanctions nonetheless. So the reality of it is that we didn't trade Victor Bout for Britney Griner. We traded Victor Bout and took $6 trillion or $6 billion. You can't find the number anywhere anymore. It's really hard to find a number. But we took a lot of money from it. So you got Britney Griner, a bunch of money, and they got Victor Bout. Just something to think about.